Most commercial cleaning companies are relying on cold calls, cold drop-ins, or expensive paid ads to get new clients. The truth is, cold calls get ignored, cold drop-ins feel awkward, and ad costs keep rising. They're doing everything they can, but just not generating that consistent lead flow they're hoping for. My name is Spencer. I run Outbound Hero. We help commercial cleaning companies generate more quality commercial leads through cold email. So in this video, I'll be walking you through the system that runs in the background and helps our commercial cleaning company owners do their day-to-day and get new opportunities every single month. The most important thing that you're going to be using is clay.com. So this runs the entire system. What it is basically an outbound prospecting tool that uses a lot of AI enrichments, data providers, and helps you automate most of your outbound prospecting and lead pulling processes. To start, you're going to be wanting to find companies in your service area that are the right companies to reach out to. So you don't want to be reaching out to janitorial companies and commercial cleaning companies, of course, but you're going to be pulling from both LinkedIn. You're going to be doing city and state. So ones that are headquartered in the location that you want to go after, but also excluding the description keywords like commercial cleaning, janitorial, things like that. Also to find companies that are not headquartered directly or maybe just not on LinkedIn, but have an office nearby you in your service area is for Google Maps. So you're going to be using Google Maps to scrape companies by keywords and pull them into a company table, which is going to give you the companies. You're going to basically have a filter in there that checks if it's a wrong company to reach out to. So we don't like to email government type of companies or legal companies. And then also we don't like to reach out to, of course, commercial cleaning and janitorial companies. So you want to exclude those. But once you have the right companies that have been validated, then you're going to be moving into both the general email and then also the decision maker email tables. So this is important because most people typically only go after the decision makers. They use tools like Apollo. They go on LinkedIn Sales Navigator and only look for whatever's available in terms of people. There's just not many people in the service area. So the most important thing that I want to start with is where about 60% of our quality leads that we're generating for our clients are coming from, which is the general email. So it's either the info at, or the John D or John owner at. So if it's a auto body shop, you could easily extract their company email, which is just the owner's email. But also a lot of companies just use info at, facilities at, or their like Seattle office or Northern Colorado office. So the way you're going to find them and extract general company emails or general location specific company emails is first through Prospeo. So Prospeo, it's an enrichment that you'll run with an API inside of Clay, and you'll be using the general email finder enrichment. So you'll find info at, contact at, facility at type of emails. And then at the same time, you're also going to be running Claygent. So Claygent is Clay's AI agent, and you'll prompt it to find also info at, contact at, whatever's available from their company website. So location specific company website that you're enriching from Google Maps or LinkedIn, but at the same time also from their company Facebook profile. So hopefully it's going to be location specific. We're going to be prompting it to do that, but it could just find the general company email. It will give you that as well. So you're hoping and wishing for that. Both Prospeo and Claygent will give you some type of general email to email. I also want to mention some companies, specifically local companies, like to just use a personal email still. So a lot of the time we're emailing abcdental@gmail.com or John Auto Shop, Auto Body Shop at yahoo.com. So you're going to be finding those emails, and these emails are typically not emailed by people, specifically commercial cleaning companies in your area as well. So that's where you gain a competitive advantage. But of course, once you find those general emails, you're going to be wanting to validate them and making sure that they're actually safe to send to. So we use both Reune as the first layer and then Enrichly as the second layer. So it's a catch-all enrichment. If Reune results as unknown or risky, that's where we're going to be putting Enrichly in the mix and validating those catch-all emails if it's not for sure safe to send to. Basically, you're just trying to avoid a high bounce rate. Our metric is keeping it under 4% in terms of the bounce rate inside of your sending tool. So the next thing you're going to be doing is normalizing the company name. So because you're going to be importing general emails into the general table, it's also going to be coming in with the company details as well. So of course, the company name, what the industry is, the company category, you're going to be normalizing the company name that got pushed into there. And it's going to be taking a company name like Acme LLC and removing the LLC, or ABC Dental Inc., removing Inc. And so you can actually use that company in your email campaign. The next thing is taking the general email address and trying to see if there is a valid first name to actually email in that general email. So if there's a John D at whatever, it will extract John. Otherwise, if it's info at, and then it will result in company name team. So normalized company name plus team. So that's the biggest pieces of the general table. I'm going to come back to this piece because this is also relevant for the decision maker emails. At the same time of pushing general emails to the general table, you're also going to be pushing decision maker emails to the people table. So the way to do that is using Clay's native enrichment, just like how it has find companies from LinkedIn. It's also find people from LinkedIn. We basically map them to the companies in the company table. But the most important piece for this is that you're filtering for the person location. So it needs to be, say it's Colorado, Northern Colorado, there needs to be those cities and states of the person specific location, not just the company headquarter location. I would even just avoid the company headquarter location so that you can pick up people that likely live in the offices that you found in the company table. So once you have those people, you're also going to be using, and this is optional because this usually finds a lot of people, but we run it anyways. It's the Clayagent AI Decision Maker Finder. So just like the general email finder, it's also going to be prompted to find facility managers, office managers at the specific location. So you plug in the company address, which is going to be mapping to the variable from the company tables that was scraped, and then also searching the company, the website, and it's going to be finding, if it's possible, the person LinkedIn URL, their full name, of course, maybe their job title if it can, and then along with that, it will also have the company details pushed into the people table. So you're going to be having both find people from LinkedIn pushed into the people table, and then also AI decision maker found people into the people table. So instead of validating the emails, because we don't have any email addresses to validate yet, we have to go find those email addresses. The way to do that is a email waterfall enrichment. So it's through Find Email and also Prospeo. Both only charge credits. You're going to be integrating both your Find Email and your Prospeo APIs. You can just use Clay credits for this, but both only charge credits whenever a valid email is found, or work email. So it's gonna be checking Find Email first and then Prospeo next. If Find Email doesn't find an email, and then it will move on to Prospeo. Just like the general table, normalized company names there, so you can import to the campaign, but since you know the person's first and last name, or at least just the first name, and then you don't need to be trying to find or extracting the first name with AI. But going into the question AI for both, this is important because this is in every email that we ever send in the first step of every campaign. So it's gonna be basically writing about a 14-word question. We call it a poke the bear question, starting with how do you ensure, how do you know, how often do you? So it's going to be making them think differently about their current solution, specifically their current cleaning solution. First thing is Clayagent, so the web scraping agent. It's going to be scraping the company and telling you what they do, specifically in the specific area as well, because you're going to be putting the address, the city and state, what they care about, what they do. And then also it's going to be finding and guessing what likely needs to be cleaned for basic reasons, but also even maybe compliance reasons as well. So if it's a dental office, it will say this dental office likely needs their operatories cleaned, their lobby cleaned, and their restrooms cleaned often. And so from both what the company does and also what likely needs to be cleaned, you're going to be running a content-only AI prompt, and it's within 14 words, and it's going to be that poke the bear question using the information from the Clayagent questions that are poke the bear, like how do you know if your operatories and your lobbies are consistently cleaned and always compliant? Something like that. That's how the email starts off with. So every email that is validated or found with the valid work email, the company name is normalized. If it's a general email, there will be the first name extracted. And then of course the poke the bear question. Once that's all good to go, it's going to be imported into the email automation tool. So you can use something like Instantly, SmartLead, or Email Bison. They're all pretty much the same. Overall, I would aim for about 20,000 to 40,000 email addresses that are valid and good to send to, with, of course, the enrichments and the normalized company name and the question involved, and import it into your email automation tool. This way, you're going to be able to have a large enough data set to be able to recycle every 2 months, because a company might be looking for cleaning services that specific month. They'll say yes, but also there's a lot of companies that are just never going to respond, or they're going to say, no, not right now. I already have a cleaning solution. So maybe in 2 months that they might not have a good cleaning solution. Their cleaner retired, or they laid him off, or they got rid of their cleaning company. Whatever it is, 2 months is a good time to recycle these lead lists. And so you need about 20 to 40,000 valid email addresses to send to, so you can consistently keep this running in the background and always working for you. So getting into the email structure, the first thing is the intro. So hi first name. So again, normalized company name plus team, or it's the extracted first name, or if it's the decision maker, it's going to be the first name of the person, of course. And then they poke the bear question, which is right here. So hi first name, how do you keep your operatories in your lobby consistently clean for patients, families, and to keep compliant? That's a decent question to ask a dental office nearby. Next thing is just the value prop. We clean businesses in the city area. So the city is going to be extracted from the company table and pushed into the general table or the people table. And then this is very important. So of course the call to action, but you should always actually say what you want them to say yes to, yes or no to. So any interest in a complimentary cleaning estimate, or are you open to a complimentary cleaning quote? Don't say free, just say complimentary, because free is a spam word, but are you open to a cleaning estimate? Something that has cleaning estimate or a cleaning bid or a cleaning quote in there so that they know what they're saying yes to, because they could easily just read this last line, the call to action, and all it says is interested. They're going to skip over it and go to the next email. So you want to say basically something about cleaning in every line in your first email, so it's relevant to them. And then you don't want to only just send one email, you want to follow up twice because you want to take advantage of that email automation tool that you're using. So the next one is just checking in, basically seeing if they saw your email. And then finally the last one is seeing if there's a better person to reach out to that makes the hiring decisions or manages cleaning for the facility. Given that you're going to be getting some people that are interested, a lot of people that are interested, the next thing is setting the appointments. The first task is warm calling. So you need to be warm calling the people that show interest, give you a positive reply. So the phone number, I'd say a good amount of the time is going to be in their email signature. Some people reply from their phone and there's just going to be no phone number. But the first step is looking in the signature of the email, the person that replied back to you. And then second is going on the company website, trying to get the one from their location specific one. And then last, if you can't find on the company website, a Google Maps listing in your specific area. So I'd say about 80 to 90% of the time, find a good phone number to call. If it's in the signature, you can find the direct one or the cell phone most likely, and you can get right a hold of the person. Otherwise, it's going to be one of these two. It could just go to the office manager, whoever actually was emailing you, because typically commercial cleaning is nice because the general email addresses are managed by potential decision makers or someone that actually oversees the cleaning tasks, has some say into it. So it could easily just be the person that you're already emailing or the company owner. But again, you might be able to get to the gatekeeper and then you're gonna have to just ask to speak to the person that you were emailing. And you can just simply say, I was emailing John. I was hoping to follow up and talk more about it. If you call the first time, they don't answer, call one more time, again, within 15 seconds, 20 seconds, call right back. Second time, if they don't answer, leave a voicemail. This is important because maybe they had their do not disturb on through iOS or Android. It's gonna get you through that do not disturb setting. And then also it's gonna show that you care to actually get in touch with them. And then finally, you can leave the voicemail on the second one, so it really shows that you're trying to get in touch with them. And trust me, like it might seem abrasive or annoying, but never had any complaints about this. And if there ever has been one on the fringe or someone asking, hey, you called twice, you're just gonna say, I thought your do not disturb was on. A lot of people have that, something like that, and just get you out of the situation. But warm calling twice, double dialing is very important. And then if they don't answer, regardless, you're gonna wanna email them back, get the appointment set, get the walkthrough set. So of course, after you attempt to call, email them. The way to email is presenting both times, so actual times you're available. Say I'm available Monday the 2nd at 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 12 p.m. Do that for 2 dates at the very least. Go 2 or 3 dates. And then if you have a calendar link, and then link your calendar link as well. So, or if it's easier, use my calendar link or calendar link here, and you can find a time to schedule our walkthrough to get you an estimate. But that's how you set the appointments from all the positive leads. Of course, there's more to it, but just want to give you the overview of that. So to recap, this really does work. For example, Taylorland Cleaning Services, the client I mentioned earlier, they got their first few leads after putting the campaign live within 48 hours. By week 4, they had a little bit more than 50 quality commercial leads that they were speaking to actively. And then the system also is live and working in states like Arkansas, Idaho, Michigan, Florida, California, Virginia, and several other ones. So whether you're in a big city or a small market, it doesn't matter. This all works as long as you have the right volume, relevant emails, and enough of the right people that can actually make decisions or can get you to the right person. So if you want to try building this out yourself, go ahead. You can reach out to me for questions. Otherwise, if you want us to do this for you and you can have this running pretty much completely in the background for you, please reach out to me. I'm definitely happy to help. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.